It's not like a large-scale attack as the London bombings, the Madrid bombings, or September 11th, that shows in certain ways that those jihadist organizations are not really able to plan highly sophisticated attacks, but still have the minimum organizational capacities to get 2, 3, 4, 5 people together in France, whether they came from outside or whether they just planted here, to do a medium to large scale, execute a medium to large scale attack, which is quite worrying.
Indeed, it does look pretty well planned, striking at 11:30 when, they obviously had some inside information. They knew that that was the time of the editorial meeting. I guess the main question now is, do you think this is a lone attack, and is it just targeting journalists? Perhaps this Charlie Hebdo in particular.
It's hard and much too early to tell. We don't know whether this is an autonomous group. We know that, for instance, the Islamic State, since earlier in the summer, last summer, has called for this kind of attacks. Hit your enemies wherever you find them, with whatever means you have, run them down by cars, attack them with Kalashnikovs. So it's really too early to tell whether this attack was commandeered from the outside, or whether this were just a bunch of jihadi sympathizers who had the capacities to execute an attack which was maybe simply planned in France on the inspiration of outside jihadi groups. And it's also much too early to say whether it was commandeered or by the Islamic State, or the so-called Islamic State. One eyewitness apparently said it was that one of the attackers said, "We are doing this in the name of Al-Qaeda in Yemen." Well, how credible is this information? But what we know is that these different jihadi groups are also in competition to execute large attacks in order to gain publicity.